Have you ever heard of the sunk cost fallacy? So this is whereby you are stuck somewhere or stuck doing something simply because you do not want to quit, because you've invested so much time, energy, resources on it. This could be a job, a business, a relationship, a hobby you've picked up. So you spent so much time trying to make it work, and you've spent so much time being consistent at it, but it's really not getting you anywhere. But you don't want to let go because, as we've been told, consistency is the key. So consistency is the key. It's the secret ingredient to success or to whatever it is you want to accomplish. So you are stuck there doing the thing that is not even serving you. It's no longer serving you, but you just don't want to quit, and you just don't want to let it go, and you don't want to sit back and re-strategize, because then you would look like a loser or a failure or someone who just gave up too quick. Well, this is a narrative that we've seen going around since time immemorial. So society has this tendency to put things into our brains. So what if you're consistent in something and it just never works out? We like to glorify consistency as this miraculous thing. And honestly, if done the right way, consistency could actually get you very far. But let's be real, it's not the only secret ingredient. That out of everything else, consistency is the thing that is going to pull you out of that rut you're in. So in this video, we're going to talk about all these myths and misconceptions that we have been told or that we have read about consistency being the key to success, and how it could actually pull you back instead of taking you forward if you do not do it the right way. So yeah, let's get right into it. Consistency can become a trap. I think there is this thin line between consistency and repetition. They look like the same thing, but they're actually not the same thing. So repetition is doing the same thing over and over and over again, hoping for better results, hoping to succeed, whilst not seeing any progress whatsoever. Whilst consistency is doing the same thing over and over again, but seeing progress. So for example, if it's a new hobby you've picked up, so say you've started your swimming classes, and then it's been 6 months, you've been actually going to train, but you can't actually get to that point where you feel like, I can now swim by myself. So you want to tell yourself that as long as I keep showing up, one day it's going to pay off, one day it's going to pay off. But that now becomes repetition, because if there's no progress, even just a little bit, then that's not consistency. That's actually a waste of energy. So if you do something for a very long time and then actually not see any progress, you need to sit back and actually ask yourself questions. You need to be open-minded, and you need to be like, I've been doing these things, this particular thing for like 7 months now, and what have I accomplished so far? If it's the gym, you can go to the gym for a whole year and not see results. And I could give you an example. I started going to the gym, when was it? The third week of January. So I've actually been very, very consistent. But somewhere along the line, I was like, I don't think I'm seeing the results that I want to see. And someone can tell me that, these things take time. You just don't wake up one day and you have everything figured out, and now you're perfect at this new thing that you're trying to do. But even though that's the case, that actually consistency does require some form of patience, but you still need to see some progress. So at some point, I was like, am I actually seeing some bit of change, or am I still the same as I was before? I was almost getting discouraged, but I was like, even if I don't see like major changes, I think I can see some results. I think I am stronger. So consistency alone will not help. You cannot just blindly repeat things every single day and expect to get results. So yeah, consistency can be a trap. The way to overcome that trap is to track your progress. Make sure you're tracking your progress. Make sure you have actually set out specific days when you can actually look back and be like, yeah, this entire month, this and this has happened, okay? Every day you're in the gym, like for me, I started even tracking like my weight and stuff like that. So it was easier to be like, this whole week I began like this, now I'm here. So it becomes easier for you to make adjustments. You know, when something is not working, you switch it up a bit. But if you're blindly doing it, if you're blindly being consistent, it's not going to work. And then eventually you're just going to be like, I've been consistent, but nothing ever works. But it's because you've been consistent the wrong way. So the second thing is that consistency doesn't always guarantee success. I will tie this to the previous point. You need to know, is it serving me? Is it taking me in the right direction? So you might not see results, and then you'll say consistency doesn't work, but it's because you've been doing things wrong. So consistency doesn't always guarantee that you're going to be successful. If you're at a job where you've been working for so long and you want to climb the corporate ladder, so you stay in that job 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, simply because you're like, I know that one day I'm going to get a promotion. But you're going to be stuck if the results are the same. If the tasks that you're handling on a day-to-day are still the same, there is no way you're ever going to get that promotion. Okay? If the systems in that workplace are the same, there is no way you're going to get that promotion in the timelines that you want. So you're going to be like, consistency hasn't paid off. You've been going to work on time. You've been doing the things that you need to do at work on time. You've been hitting your targets, but you're not getting that promotion. And you need to be like, okay, I said that I was going to be consistent, and I have actually been consistent. But how comes it's been 5 years in this company and there is no growth whatsoever? I've been consistent. I've done my part. Well, it's because you've not looked at consistency in a broader perspective. You need to look at it like, who are the other people involved that are going to help me get a promotion, or what are the other factors that are involved for me to get a promotion and for me to achieve my career goals. So you need to take a look at all that, So yes, consistency does not always guarantee success, and the way that you need to turn this around is to take a step back and actually evaluate what is it that I'm missing. I've been consistent, yes, but what is it that I'm missing? Is it that I have outgrown this job? Is it that the systems in this workplace cannot allow me to get a promotion? And if so, how can I do that? Maybe my skills can be applicable somewhere else. So maybe I've been consistent, yes, but I need to start actually applying for other roles in other companies, in other different companies. Maybe I need to challenge myself in even applying for roles that I have never played before in a company. Okay, so you actually need to be very, very intentional when you're being consistent. The third point is that consistency can lead to burnout. So if you have this mentality that I have to show up no matter what, it doesn't matter whatever it is that happens, I still need to show up. If you have this mentality, it could lead to burnout because you're not giving yourself enough time to rest, enough time to recover. For example, if it's the gym and you're committed to going to the gym, say 5 days a week, and then you don't give yourself time, or you don't listen to your body when you feel you are too exhausted, or you feel that your muscles are aching, you don't give yourself that time to rest and recover, then it's going to be counterproductive. Okay, so you need to actually be very, very intentional and ask yourself, today I am not up for the gym, and it's totally fine. Don't be stuck in this mentality that I can't miss a day no matter what. For example, it's been raining really hard, and I've been consistent in going to the gym, but there's been times that it's 4 a.m. in the morning, it's raining cats and dogs, and I'm like, I'm not going to fight with the rain out there, for crying out loud. I'm not going to fight with the rain in the name of consistency. This one day is not going to kill me, and this one day does not mean that I've taken 10 steps backwards because I've missed a day. So you need to be flexible in your consistency journey. Be flexible and don't limit yourself to perfectionism, because perfectionism is going to make you burn out. You're going to be exhausted, and once you're exhausted and then you quit altogether, then you will not even have the courage to start again, because now you'll start feeling like, I never even start anything and finish, so what's the use? Let me just stay like that. I know I'll start and not finish. That is the mentality that is going to be fostered if you don't give yourself breaks. Same goes for work. If you've been going so hard at work, but you never give yourself enough time to rest, to rejuvenate, to just do a review of how you've been doing, of how work has been taking you, then it's going to lead to burnout, and you're going to be like, how comes I always do the right thing? How comes I am very hardworking, but I'm never seeing any strides? You know why? Because you see, that time that you've taken off, you're going to be able to think about the bigger picture. You're going to be like, actually, this job is not serving me, and I want to take action. And how can I take this action? Maybe it's trying to go to networking events. Maybe it's trying to look for opportunities that you can apply for. It can take like the form of many things. When you're just resting, you don't know what, honestly, resting is the most underrated thing. People have this mentality of grinding. And I was once like that, until I was like, no way, this is not going to be my life. If I have an easy day, there's not much going on in terms of work, I will not beat myself down like, oh my God, I've not even done a lot today. No. If you've not done a lot and you've had time, and if that time you've used it to rest and just to think about your life and to journal and to do the things that you love, even to watch a movie, that does not make you an inconsistent person, if that's a word. That does not make you someone who is not consistent. This mentality of you have to go hard every day for the rest of your life, it doesn't sit okay with me. And I know I'm not there yet, because sometimes I still get, this wave of I need to do more. So it really takes a while, but the first step is just to accept that you need to rest, you need to rejuvenate, and you need to take a step back and just accept the fact that perfectionism is going to drag you behind. So yeah, in conclusion, just make sure you're asking yourself the right questions, and that you're flexible and that you're open-minded when you're being consistent. Always remember to be like, oh, wait a minute, I've been doing this for a month now. How is it going for me? How is it going? What am I missing? Am I on the right track? If you're on the right track, perfect. What else can I do to make me stay on this right track? Then if you find out I am not on the right track, I'm consistent, but I can't see even a little bit of progress. And progress can take the shape of anything, as long as it's progress. It's not that, as long as you're not the same as you began. So yeah, always be very intentional when you're being consistent, because otherwise the misconceptions around being consistent can make you never achieve what you actually want to achieve, no matter how small the thing is. If it's the hobby, if it's the job, if it's the relationship, whatever it is, consistency alone will not take you to that place that you want to go. You need other factors. Other factors come into play. So you need to be very open-minded that consistency is not the secret ingredient. In my opinion, it's debatable, and if you have other opinions, please feel free to just let me know down in the comments. But I feel that I needed to talk about this to let you guys know that you don't need to drown yourself in consistency alone. You need to look at other factors that can work together with consistency for you to actually achieve your dreams or whatever goals that you want to achieve. Don't be blind to other factors. And by other factors, I mean looking at things like strategy, feedback from other people, timing. The timing could also play a big role in whatever it is that you're trying to pursue. So yeah, parting short, don't get lost in the idea of consistency. Focus on smart consistency. Focus on doing consistency the right way. And yeah, that's all for today, guys. If you have any thoughts on this, feel free to let me know down in the comments, and I'll be glad to engage with you. See you on the next one, guys. Bye.